Hi, this is Logan. I'll be walking you through 3.3 proving users and groups. So first task we have is the successful creation of the group. So we want to do cat etc group, and we'll see all of the groups we have under the admin account. We have listing with HR going all the way to external. So those are there, and then after that I want to show you the users. And so the users are for some reason created as groups. I don't know exactly why, but we can do this little one right here. So you see the users at the bottom listed under admin, Ted through Scott. So that's one way to show them. You can also do, let's see here, I think it's, you have to do sudo cat etc. We'll just do G shadow, I think, first. Might as well. Anyways, so this is showing that HR and management have their passwords, group password set. I accidentally did engineering, but there's that. And we have, so that's group password set. We also, if we get the G out of there, we can just view the user version of that, and we see that Ted and Doug both have their passwords set. So there are those. And I will also kind of this out of order, but groups. Want to do all of the users. So let's see, we have Ted and Sally and Bruce, Phil, Doug, Holly, Cindy, Betty, Colleen. Spell her name right. Tracy. We already did Doug, Janine, Tim, and Scott. So we have some people are in multiple ones, like Phil is in IT and engineering, Doug is in engineering and outsourcing. Some people are just in one. For example, like you take Scott, he's just in external. So anyways, those are the tasks. The questions that we have for this week. Initially, what is the difference between a regular and system user? So from my understanding, regular users are kind of the accounts you use more often, and like they'll have home directories. You'll typically interact with them more. They typically do not really do admin stuff without, like if you do the sudo command. So there's some things like that. And then with the system users, they're usually very specific. I think of like at work we have we don't really use Linux a whole lot, but at least I don't interact with it. There is a few accounts, like tech accounts, that are used specifically for email and stuff. And then they typically like don't have home directories that regular users have, from my understanding. And yeah, so those are kind of the differences between regular and system users. Groups, how they can help administrators. I see it as to where it'll help security. Initially, that's the first thing that pops to my mind, because you can categorize them and give them the least amount of access and privilege that you can. And so they only have access to those limited things, and you open it up from there according to their needs. You also just organization. It's easy to say this person is in HR, this person is in so and so, and then yeah. So there's that stuff, and then this is a command. This is something I ran into doing this. I totally messed this up with the users and groups. I don't know how or why, but something was very wrong, and I just had to do a total reinstall of my system because I didn't understand exactly, like, it wasn't removing the commands that I were using. I used like gpassword, I used user delete or group delete to like remove these things, and it just didn't seem to like fully erase them. So those are some of the commands you could use, but that is something that I'm gonna have to look into. So anyways, that should be it for this week. Thank you for listening.